G'day guys and girls, welcome back to Sidequest Gaming, where we take a look at old games and new to try and uncover some of those little hidden gems you might want to give a crack and try out for yourself. Today we're looking at an early access title named SurrounDead, which is a zombie survival, kind of polygonal art style zombie survival game, which has some it's got an interesting feel. So we're going to dive in for about 20 to 30 minutes. As always, we're going to, wrap up with our thoughts, feelings, and impressions at the end of the video. Let's dive in. My save games apparently might be out of date because of the new update, so we're going to dive in for a new game. Alright, we can randomize, we can set our prior occupation. We're going to be John Doe, we're 25 apparently, that seems way too young. But we could be a police officer or a fire officer or a soldier, pizza delivery, teacher, priest. So many options. Let's just go a pizza delivery man because that sounds great. And I love the monobrow we are rocking, that is serious. The only thing that I think we need to change is we need an epic beard, right? Like, you cannot be in the zombie apocalypse unless you've got a serious beard. There you go, nice full one, go all Yeti style. Let's dive. Ooh, accessories. We've got tattoos. Oh, right. Oh, this is getting a bit serious. A nose bandage. Why would we want a nose? War paint. No, we're not going to bother with any of that. We've got our beard. That's what matters. Okay, difficulty. Yep. So this is all. I do enjoy the level of customizability in any of these kind of games. Like, I really do think that this is quite cool to be able to shift the way that your game plays for yourself. And having this level of detail is something that I think more games should do. Like, I think if they've got the ability to, if they've got a setup in their design with their variables to allow for it, giving the player that level of control really helps to customize the experience for the player. So we'll just take the defaults. And let's see where we spawn. All right, this is our dude. Here we go, pizza delivery man. As you can see, very polygonal, but quite enjoyable art style. We've got a little knife to start with. I don't think we have anything else of significance. Where do we want to go? Oh, there's a zombie up there. Let's go. It's probably not the best idea to attack him right out the base, but we're going to. So you can see right off the get-go, we've got our meters down the bottom left. We've got some experience. Let's interact. Did he have anything on him? So we have... Our inventory is quite small at the moment. But you can see we've got all these different accessory slots with body armor, backpacks, containers, and our primary weapons and things like that. So right now, all we've got is what we can fit in our pockets. So one of the first things that we're going to be wanting to look at is finding some storage situations. Now, unless they've changed it, one thing I do remember from this game when I played it quite a bit in its early access stage, and oh, look, the deer going past. It did have, you could play this kind of backpack Tetris that was quite ridiculous, unrealistic, but fun as hell, where you could put backpacks inside backpacks inside backpacks. So you kind of nest them to create almost infinite storage for yourself. I think I wound up with like something like 47 different backpacks all kind of backed into each other. Not looking good there for us to go down that way. And yeah, look, not realistic, but I enjoyed the heck out of it doing that. Oh, can we get the deer? Oh, we got the deer, but we also got zombied. Okay. Acidic undead. Oh, no. And that's blown up on me. Oh, well. We can get a crowbar. That sounds most excellent. Let's rotate that to put it in our inventory. Can we... Let's just see. We probably want... I feel like crowbar is almost better than... Let's equip it. Can we not equip it? Do we need to take our dagger off? So I feel like the crowbar actually will do... Our knife is 15 to 17 damage. Yep, crowbar does more damage. Nice. What about collecting some meat off this deer? Sounds good. Get some food. A deer head that we can sell for 20 bucks. Right. Well, we've got at least a little bit of meat off the deer because we do need to babysit our hunger, thirst, and radiation meters. We are going to sneak into this gas station and see what there is to see. Can we search? Nope, we can't search that dumpster, but we can search the shop shelves. Now, I probably need to use a bandage or something and see. Well, sleeping bag, that seems good. Will this... It will remove a bleed. I don't think I've got a bleed on me or a broken bone, so I think I'm okay in that respect. Search. Oh, okay. Empty water jug that we could increase. We can put a wallet on. So we've got a bit of space for some... We obviously can't put meat in there, but we can put cards and things like that in our wallet. So that's a mechanic in this game, is that there are containers that have very specific purposes. So for example, you can carry around like a gun container that will allow you to put only guns in it, or like ammo, or various things like that. And they're quite useful to have as different options. All in all, that's been a relatively unsuccessful little exploration. I mean, we found some things, but nothing too useful to us, to be honest. We really need to try and find like a backpack. We need to find like maybe some armor or a vest or a hoodie. Just some things to have a bit more storage. You can see our stamina down the bottom left there going down as we run. And this game does have a lot to do with vehicles too, so like it's quite easy to get a car up and running and to kick around in different vehicles, which is great. And there is a level of kind of oh, sorry, one sec. Okay, excellent work. I can't remember what I was saying. We'll leave that alone. We do have a water bottle though. What am I going to drop off to get rid of, to use the water bottle? We probably don't need the... Maybe we'll get rid of the sleeping bag. Sleeping bags are important. It's how we save, but at the same time we need water. So, and we are on that very limited inventory at the moment until we can sort something out. So we are at a roadside industrial building. Whoa, no good. Retreat, whack, whack, crowbar for the win. She had nothing on her. We really need a house or something, right? Like, this is not exactly where we want to be. Let's get up on him as a sneak attack. Whack, got him. Nice. Now, there are different types of zombies. There's also boss zombies in this game. There are like legendary weapons, and there's quite a good kind of modular weapon upgrade system too. So your weapons and guns can become quite cool once you kind of spend a bit more time with the game. Let's get rid of our blue shirt. Let's put on the flanny, because why would you not have a flanny on? Like, come on. Goes with the beard, right? Whoa. Oh no. Trapped against a wall. Okay, we're getting a little bit of experience, but not progressing super well yet. Really need a fire. Well, that looks like a cop car or something there. So that could... Okay. We have a bleed on us. Let's use this. Okay. We've got rid of our bleed. We are in a whole lot of strife though. Drink some water. As you can see, once we take a fair bit of damage, the world becomes monochrome, which is quite a cool mechanic, to be honest. I like that. Quite a few games are kind of doing that now, where the color saturation changes based on how healthy you are. That's another crowbar. Let's swap it out. One that's a bit more got a better durability. I think we're going to die though. Random tools. So there is a crafting mechanic where we can build things. That's what all this high quality metal, tools, you know, wood, stuff like that are. I was thinking that when we went into this industrial complex, is that it mostly would be building supplies for base building purposes. And that is how it's kind of played out, unfortunately for us. There is some loot here though. We really need a med kit or something that's going to get us some health back. Flashlight's not bad for us to have though. We do need a flashlight. We'll need a battery for it. Whoa, and that's it. That is me dead. And there I am floating up into the air with some crazy ragdoll physics. Alright, let's go for a random respawn. Let's try again. We were not successful then, so try again. Now we would be able to find our body too and loot it to grab whatever we lost in that process as well. But let's just kind of get around. We've retained our experience. You can see down the bottom too. Where are we? Petrol station. Oh no, that looks like a... So this is an acidic undead, which means we need to get away. I did not get far enough away from him. That was the one that got us last time and did a whole lot of damage to us. Okay. Really want to show off some firearms, but I need to find one. But a hospital or medical place is not a bad spot for us to start near because... no, got me again. And that's given us a bit of radiation on us too. Oh, a helicopter has crashed in the nearby vicinity. Which, that does mean like a helicopter will have a whole bunch of loot on it. I didn't see where that happened though. Oh, but bloody hell. Come on. Give us a break. The ragdoll physics can be a bit hilarious at times. Let's just see. Okay. Hopefully there's no one in here. What do we got? Give us some medicine, please. Something to heal. Bottle of antiseptic. Small toolbox. Yep. Put that on. That at least lets us grab some tools that we can store. Medical crates. A mask. Ah! Sneaky little bugger. What do we got over here? A vending machine. Search through. Bottle of alcohol. We can't just chug it, unfortunately. Medical shelf. Really needed something that'll get us some health back. Okay, paramedic jacket. Seems like a good idea. Because it's given us some pockets. So a bit more storage. Broken medical crate. Nothing in it. God, we are absolutely failing on our loot spree so far. This has sucked. Splints. Bandages. Okay, removes bleed and heavy bleed. Okay, cool. Advanced need lockpick skills for that bit. That's indeed a shame. What do we got out here? I mean, so we did alright, but I wouldn't say it's pretty, like, an amazing little loot run there, because for us to be going into a medical center and walking away with almost nothing is very disappointing. Like, yes, we got the ability to stop bleeds, but I just need something to get my health back at this point. Okay. I don't feel I want to take those guys. Let's go down here a bit. See what there is to see. Now, there are a whole lot of really interesting environments. Like, this is a world map. The Valley Safe Zone. Where are we in relation to that? Not sure where we are on the map at the moment. But there are settlements with NPCs, like not with a lot of dialogue or anything like that, but where you can trade things. There are bandit camps. There are all kinds of things that you come across, which is quite cool. Okay, another shambler down. Plastic bottle, why not? Can fill that up with water if I can find some water. Just keep swinging, just keep swinging, just keep... Oh, that was a good hit. Disappointing. A knife and a smartphone. Yeah, we are likely going to die again. There we go. That's another zombie on our backside. And okay, just survived that experience, but another knife on him. I'm looking for a house, but we are likely going to have to die and respawn again in a minute. Running is always very risky because A, attracts attention, B, drops our stamina dramatically, which means that if we're then in a fight we can't swing. But also I get frustrated not being able to move around much. There are radioactive zones where you have to have like proper protection to be able to go in and explore. Military bases, there's like, you know, cargo ships and things like that. Quite a few interesting locations that you can kind of interact with and explore. Found an apartment building. Okay. Does an apartment building have what we are looking for? At least maybe some... Ah, shit. I think maybe I've got the native settings on the loot are very low. Maybe. So I feel like I am not finding anything. Okay, a tent. Okay, I can... Ah, no! And that will happen a lot, where you think you're safely exploring something and then something comes up behind you and absolutely wails on you. Let's swap out for some trainers, because why not? Let's place a tent. Can we... If we sleep... No, too early. I'm not tired enough yet. Okay. That's how you can kind of pass time to daytime, obviously by sleeping, which it is very challenging to explore at nighttime. Let's get rid of that water bottle. Let's put that in here and let's eat some beans. No can opener. The worst. I have a knife. Surely I would be able to use a knife for that purpose, right? Money. Money, money, money. Absolutely useless in the apocalypse, which is kind of fun. Up we go. Hopefully not coming across anything up here. Now, there is a quick search we can do, but it is louder to do that. Ooh, what are we going to get rid of? Bottle of antiseptic we can't really use for anything. I want to take this 9mm ammo. Put the battery in. Oh, we don't have a torch anymore. Canned tuna. Can we eat that? No can opener. Doesn't tuna normally have those little like ring pull situation? Don't need a can opener for it. I don't know. I don't eat tuna, so maybe I'm making things up. Drink the big water jug. We are down to 2% health. We are in absolute strife. Sardines. I can eat the sardines though. So that's a ring pull one. Really hoping to find something medical. Backpack at least. We've got a school backpack. And we can start collecting more things now. Which is nice. We can put on a face mask. Cover up the beard. A small med kit. Yes, please. Okay, use. And there we go. We're back up to half health. Got our little school backpack going on. We are ready to rock. We're feeling a bit better. Alright, cupboard, what do we got in here? Oh, a dry bag. Nice. So this is what I mean by the inventory stacking, right? Dry bag's gone into my school bag, and now we can put the stuff inside the dry bag, which means that we just kind of keep stacking stuff. Heavy jeans or cargo pants. Cargo pants have more storage on them, so we put those in, and we get some pockets. So kind of how we organize our clothing situation and, you know, our various kind of items is really important so that we can carry as much as we can find. Okay, a baseball. Things are looking up. We have a baseball bat. We have a flare gun, and that's a rare flare gun because there is rarity in this game. We don't have any ammo for the flare gun by the look of it, but it is a start. Canned beans. Was that a can opener? We have a can opener. We can access our food now. What's in the microwave? Nothing. Okay. Big pile of junk over here. Another flanny. Nothing of significance that we want from that pile. Really, we want... yes. So that's a military lockup. It's full of guns and things like that, but it will make a lot of noise for us to break it open. Another bag. So, see, we've now got a bag inside a bag inside a bag, and that can continue on ad infinitum, which can be ridiculously confusing to navigate, but is surprisingly fun and enjoyable. And so, I kind of just let it pass. I need bolt cutters. No! Okay. So we have to track down some bolt cutters and remember to come back here for what hopefully would have some rifles or something in it. Alright, so trash bag. And that's where you also need a certain set. You need a number of tools, right? To be able to kind of meet your various needs throughout. To cut open things, pick locks, etc., etc., etc. Like you can't build things without certain things. It's well thought out in that regard. Energy bars. Nice. What you can inevitably wind up with is way too many, way too much loot or too easily accessible sort of things. But there's a real enjoyment in kind of the loot and upgrading cycle that you go through in this game. Like, you can wind up in this position of just ridiculous abundance, but it is quite fun just kind of moving through trying to get as many things as you can. We have got a fishing book gained, so let's read the fishing book. We are now level 2 and we've gained a skill point. We will look at that in a second. Jeans or blue cargo pants, no money. Compass, there we go, compass. So see how that's actually added the compass at the top of our screen? I love that. I love it when items being equipped actually increase your, add things to your UI. That's the word I'm looking for. So in our crafting menu right now, we have a crafting workbench and a campfire that we can build. It has the required items down there. A helicopter just crashed again. If we build a crafting bench, we can then use that to make various weapons and things like that of that nature. We haven't really come across wooden logs, scrap metal, nails, that kind of stuff to go about building something like that. So not really an option for us at this point. Okay, we can go to our journal over here where we've got zombies killed in our skull tracker, but we can also go to our skills and rather limited skill tree that we have over here. There's fitness, strength, all these kind of things, reloading, fishing, but we can put a point into health regen, and that's something we absolutely want. So now we should just passively start regenerating our health over time. Yep, up to 80% as long as we're in good condition. So as long as we have, things like we don't have any bleeds on us or anything like that, we should passively be able to regenerate our health, which is nice. Now it is nighttime, which is unfortunate, but what we're going to do is we're going to use that handy dandy tent that we put here earlier, And we are going to sleep. Too early? No. Got to wait till 7:30. Well, that's bollocks, isn't it? Feels like that would be about that time, but we don't have a watch, so we don't know what time it is. Disappointed in that, really. But as you can see, it is incredibly difficult when it's this dark to know what you're kind of doing. So, oh, we are getting the wailed on. We got him though, but now we wait. Ah, good. We were just close to there, so we're going to sleep. We're going to survive the night. Oh, wait, no, we're going to... I did that wrong. I want to sleep here. Sleep. Alright, we are up. We did take a scuffing from those guys towards the end there, but that's alright. We're going to put a baseball bat that one of them had. And as I said, we should be kind of passively... Although we do have something going on here. We've got... let's just see whether we need to use... Yep, we had a sprain. So now we are up to 50% health. That is good. Let's have a drink of water to keep our meters all happy. And we're going to consume a can. There we go. Full on everything. Can't complain about that. Remembering if we find any bolt cutters, we need to come back here because we want to open up that gun cabinet. For sure. Oh, fireman's axe. Hell yes. That's what we want. Nice. Axe it is. And there's a fire truck. Should likely also have an axe somewhere in there. Nope. Okay, heading down this way. Heading south now that we've got our compass. Bunch of guys here. We can push, we can shove and kind of stomp guys as well, which is quite powerful. But we've got our axe now, so we should be pretty good. Nothing on him. Nothing on him. Another two up here, though. I want to get into this town and see... Oh, really let him just kind of get a free hit on me, didn't I? Okay, two down. Some ammo on him. Getting a bit of... Ah, yes. A pump action. And a lockpick. Nice, we are finally getting somewhere. We have a flare gun with one bullet. And a pump action shotgun. Here we go. There we go. Starting to get somewhere. Oh, another one. Fantastic. Why these guys are just rocking around the town with shotguns, we will not know. But that puts us in pretty good starting point. And now we can kind of head in. Cop cars are good. Hopefully cop car will have some ammo nearby. Yeah, it does have a container. Grenades. Frags. Okay, sure. Double shotgun. Alright. Whoa. No good. Alright, we need to make use of something to get rid of this bleed. No, I'm dead. Okay, as you can see again, when I die, I fly up into the sky. The ragdoll physics probably need a little bit of work. But at the same time, pretty fun. Let's see what we're going to do now. What we're going to do is we're going to go into, as you can see, a lot of my previous games were in like September 2024. And there have been quite a few updates since then. But we're going to see whether we can load up one of these. And it might completely fail, it might work. Okay, we tried to load up a previous save to see whether we could perhaps get in and, see what it's like with a bunch of fully decked out weapons and things like that. But I crashed the game because I haven't played it in over a year and all the updates have made it incompatible. Instead, what I've tried to do is I've changed the settings in the load to turn on basically ammo, guns, things like that to be incredibly commonplace so that they're not rare and hidden around. So we should actually be able to find a bunch of weapons very easily, just to kind of show you what that side of the game looks like a bit more detail, rather than just a couple of shotguns that I found in a moment ago. The idea being that, in the short amount of time we have, it'd be good to kind of show off what we can. I just got a sprain or something. Yep, so we're going to grab that. So let's see, we're going to check out this petrol station first. I mean, petrol station is obviously not really where you'd expect to find a lot of that stuff, but with its rarity turned up, we might have a bit... Oh, Jesus. Or I might just die before we get to show anything off. Alright, there we go. Straight off the bat, we got a hunting rifle. That's nice. And a shotgun. See, so changing that the likelihood of finding things obviously has an impact in terms of the, in terms of the way the game plays out. And I personally really appreciate that from a customizability perspective. It kind of lets you have a bit of control over what the grind's going to look like, which I think is fantastic. I think that's a really cool thing to do in games like this. They are single player for the most part, so it's not like it's affecting the fun. Like, the balance of the game is really up to the player as to what they want their experience to be. And I think that's something that more games should lean into, in my opinion. So unload some ammo there. Let's put that. Okay, we need to play a bit of inventory Jenga there, because I tried to shoot him with a gun with no ammo in it, which is idiotic. Got a pump action with a couple of bullets, and we've got a rifle now with... were they not the right bullets on it? No, it's 9mm, so our rifle actually has no bullets despite having found 2 of them. That's a bit unfortunate, but here we go. We've got a friend coming in to play. Take him out. Whoa. Take him out. Shotgun definitely seems to be the one that we're finding a lot of. Oh. That's another one. Last shot. There we go. Okay, so there was some ammo here. As you can see, there's definitely the sound definitely has an impact, because I just got cooked again. So you have to be quite careful with pulling out your big heavy artillery in that way. But one thing that is quite fun with that too is that you can get silencers for all kinds of weapons, and really red dot sights and laser pointers and all this kind of stuff, which means that you can get these weapons that are really, really effective in mowing down hordes of zombies without causing too much chaos around you. Same as, you can get your heavy machine guns and stuff to be able to kind of take on big hordes of them too, which is quite fun. Particularly when you come across the kind of boss zombies too. So like in some of the towns, you'll come across these massive bosses that have you need to be really prepped and really geared out to be able to handle. So that's quite fun. As I look around, see whether we can get some more weapons and show it off a little bit more, I'll give kind of my summary and my thoughts and feelings on the game. I enjoy this game. Like, I don't think it does anything particularly fresh or new, to be honest. I don't think it's that innovative, but I don't think it needs to be. It knows what it is. Oh, look at that for a loot box. I think it knows what it is and what it's trying to be. And I think that's something that is a lot more than what can be said for a lot of games, to be honest. And it really just leans into the fun side of this little zombie survival without going too far into the difficulty. I love the customizability options. I think that's just awesome. And the polygonal art style actually just really... it works. It's not, it's quite, acidy, and that's, not the worst thing in the world. I know that there's a lot of asset flips out there that can be absolutely terrible as a result of it. I don't think this is one of them. I think it works. Oh, let's put on one of the Berettas and let's get some 9mm ammo there. Let's go for our pistol. I think I saw some more. Let's unload that. There's no ammo in that M9. I don't know why I said Beretta, but might even be the same thing. I know nothing about guns. A lot of ammo there, but not for anything that I've got as a weapon. There we go, 308. So if we had a rifle, would be good, but we have a pistol, but we have no mags. And that's something else in this game that I probably should have mentioned quite a bit earlier, is that it's very much around having... Actually, I'll show you, because I think there was that other M9, right? So we can we should be able to take the magazine out of it. Show attachments. Yep, let's take the magazine out of the gun. We put that over there, and then we can drop that ammo into the magazine, and that's what we're reloading with. So if the magazine is empty, we can't reload it. We've got to have a series of mags kind of ready to go and kind of laid out on our our webbing or whatever we're wearing to be able to quick load them in. And I think that's quite fun too. So you can load mags with different bullets, things like that. And I enjoy that. I think it's something that's a bit, there's quite a few games doing it now, but a makeshift muffler. Hell yes. Let's, can we put this on this? Let's have a look at its, where was the, yep, there we go. So we've got a makeshift little muffler on our pistol. That is so cool. Let's go find some guys to try it out on. And that's what I mean. Like, this kind of modularity is quite cool that the game kind of offers. And I think they do a really good job with it. It takes a bit to kind of get used to it, but... And there, because it's silenced, that hasn't picked up as many... The zombies haven't really noticed as much. And as I said, the challenge, not enormously there, but it doesn't need to be in terms of what the game's trying to do and what it's going for. And you do get absolutely stomped exploring and clearing out certain areas. So, so I'm swapping between mags now, and I got no bullets in either. So that's a worry. No shotgun shells. Oh, we got some. There we go. Put the 12 gauge on. And we're bleeding out. Anyway, this has been Surrounded. Thank you so much for spending the time with me. This is Sidequest Gaming. Hopefully you found this interesting. Surrounded is a worthwhile game to check out, particularly for like zombie survival games. It's got a bit of crafting. It's got a bit of backpack inventory Jenga. It's got weapon mods through the wazoo, particularly with the like legendary weapons and all these kind of really quite interesting ones that are out there. And it's got quite a large and interesting world map to explore and kind of loot through. So definitely an enjoyable experience. I think it's well put together. I think it's got some real potential. One to keep an eye on if this seems like something up your alley. Anyway, thank you so much for spending the time with me. As always, have an amazing day, and I will catch you in the next one. Bye.